Hi, I'm MJ, and this is my audience. Alright, so my speech is going to be on why the government should make the death penalty more simple. Back in the day, the death sentence was much more simple. People were convicted of their crimes and sentenced to capital punishment, and this would be carried out in a much simple and cost-efficient way. Um, these consisted of gas chambers, firing squads, beheadings, and the still used electric chair. And then I firmly believe that the death penalty in the United States should be made much more simple and fast. Reasons to speed up the capital punishment process is to clear up space in jails and make the world a better place and safer place. Um, and then also another reason why is because the monetary expenses of the death penalty and just incarceration in general could go towards a lot better things. And the final reason is the fact that these people are on death row for a reason, a very deserving reason, and it's not just some random use of punishment. Alright, so first of all, speeding up capital punishment process would benefit society as a whole. Alright, so prisons right now, 25% of them are overcrowded in the United States, and this is due to plenty of crime going on, and people aren't exactly scared of the death penalty. Getting rid of all these excess prisoners that are on death row anyway would decrease that overcrowding and make space for more criminals, and that it would also decrease prison violence, which is in fact very real in 99% of United States jails today. Taking out the people on death row would also create a much safer environment. Right now, if you were to be convicted on the death row, according to deathpenaltyinfo.org, the average time you'd wait is 190 months. 190 months comes out to be over 14 years, and basically, once these people are convicted and sentenced to the death penalty, these people are waiting and rotting in jails for over 14 years. There are 2 to 3 executions a year nationally. That's because it's such a long process to get done, and there's a lot of people in line to do so. And I believe that doing this would speeding it up and making sure it's an actual threat would definitely threaten a lot of criminals and murderers, rapists today, knowing that the death penalty is a real and possible conviction for them. Another reason why the death penalty should be made a lot quicker and simpler is because of monetary expenses. So right now there are tens of thousands of people on death row waiting in line for their turn, but only with 2 or 3 executions per year. Of course, all the rest of them are in prisons every day until it's their turn. The cost to keep a federal inmate per day right now is averages at $87.61. And this is from the Vera Institute of Justice. All this money is coming out of taxpayer dollars, and it costs up to, or around, on average, $32,000 a year to house an inmate. This would be for 3 meals a day, all the services they get, the programs in prison. They also get like climate control, air conditioning, heating, showers, and all the guards, of course. All this money can be cut down and allocated somewhere else. By somewhere else, I mean like this money can go towards education, law enforcement, and healthcare. Education, it could go to teachers and help kids out, start programs for them. For law enforcement could be paid more, of course, always. we could have more money for better uses of weapons and better programs for law enforcement to learn, like the K9 unit, and healthcare, of course, for the simple fact that a lot of people can't afford their own healthcare, and when they're injured or something happens, they have no way to really pay for this. And there are plenty of counter arguments to the death penalty. One of which being that the death penalty would be cruel and unusual punishment, like saying hanging is torturous or something like that. Well, according to the Constitution, the cruel and unusual punishment involves terror, pain, or disgrace, and I believe that finding the quickest way to do it, like a firing squad or a bullet through the head, it goes around all three things. There's not much terror, pain, or disgrace. And then, I mean, they're already sentenced to death, so I don't see why it really should matter how they die. Death is a huge. Death is already a huge extremity. So I believe those who are sentenced to the death penalty all deserve it. Many people believe that these people deserve second chances, but in fact, 70% of those on death penalty or on death row have already committed a felon before. So this has been their second offense, and those who have committed a crime bad enough have usually been like rapists, mass murderers, child molesters, kidnappers, torturers, stuff like that. I firmly believe that all these people deserve capital punishment. And then, so the death penalty has evolved, I guess you could say, and has become way more efficient through the years. Every year, the capital punishment wait gets longer by several months. Not only do these prisoners cost $30,000 a year to house, that could be going to somewhere else, but the amount of lethal injections alone is much more expensive than other ways. Amount of lethal injection would be around $400 to $500, where you can use a $5 bullet and get the job done the same exact way. There are plenty of ways to get the job done, and in the end, making the death penalty a lot more simple and easy would be very beneficial for the United States.